Matthew 10 continues, but he that endures to the end shall be saved. Mark, but he that shall endure to the end, the same shall be saved. Matthew doesn't have that verse. Luke doesn't have that verse. So I guess I'll be going with Matthew 10 and Mark. But he that endures to the end shall be saved. The same is added in Mark. You know, I don't think that's necessary, but it's there. I don't think there's a real reason to cut it, so I'll just keep it. However, he that endures, or he that shall endure. I don't think the shall is necessary. That one I could keep, but if I do, I could not have endures with yes. I can't have shall endures. This one I will cut because it would change a different word. The rest are the same, but he that, I'll have both for endure. The S is only Matthew. To the end, that's both. Now Mark only has the same. Now both shall be saved. Oh my goodness, it is in Matthew 24. It's just 3 verses later. So what's added in Matthew 24 is the verses I already used. Then shall many be offended and shall betray one another and shall hate one another. I already used that, so I can't use it here. Next, many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many. Then, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Then this verse. These extra verses I'm going to put in here. From Matthew only. And many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Now, but he that shall endure to the end, the same, oh look at that, the same is here in Matthew. But he that shall endure, I'm going to still keep endures. But he that endures to the end. Okay, this is both. However, I will have it surrounded in white so that it's clear. It's only one place in Matthew, not both. Shall be saved. That is the end in Matthew 10. I moved every portion that most likely belonged to the Olivet Discourse to here. The next verse in Matthew 24 is, and this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness to all nations, and then shall the end come. And after that, when you therefore shall see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet. Because of that, I think I'm going to move the verse from Mark that I thought really didn't belong. And the gospel must first be published among all nations. That I really don't think belongs there. So I'm going to move it here where it's written in Matthew. this gospel of the kingdom, then when you see the abomination of desolation. Luke 21:18, but there shall not a hair of your head perish. In your patience possess you your souls. When you shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies, know that the desolation thereof is nigh. So that is Luke's way of explaining what the abomination of desolation is. Luke explains it in a different way, but that is what he's talking about. I'll have both. So, should I put, but there shall not a hair of your head perish, in your patience possess ye your souls first? Then the gospel must first be published of all nations? Or should I have the gospel must first be published of all nations, and there shall not a hair of your head perish? I don't think that makes as much sense, so I'm going to put Luke first, because he was just saying endure it to the end. And instead of saying, but there shall not a hair of your head perish, since I already have from Matthew and Mark, but he that endures to the end, I'm going to go with, and there shall not a hair of your head perish. In your patience possess you your souls. And the gospel must first be published among all nations. Matthew, how is it written? And this gospel. So not just the gospel, this gospel. And Matthew, this gospel is both. Matthew explains it even more, of the kingdom. Matthew has shall be preached. Mark has must first be published. I think must is more important than just shall. Saying it has to happen. Not just that it will, but it has to. B is both. Should I have preached or published or both? Preached in all the world for a witness. I think I can have both. I'll have published among all nations first. And preached in all the world. Yeah, I'll take an and from Luke 16 where I haven't used and yet. And I'll say that's the end before kinsfolk. And now just Matthew, preached in all the world for a witness to all nations, and then shall the end come.